All I say is we need him. He knows that. We all know that. So whatever it takes to keep him on the floor, he'll be available. That's what's got to happen, especially at this point in the year. So it was a tough way to start the game, but I am extremely proud of every single person that stepped foot on the floor tonight and responded the way that they did.
Let me welcome in my guy Harrison Sanford, host over at MSG, to have this conversation. Harrison, that was the perfect example of being a professional in the media with that soundbite that we got from Steph Curry, because a lot of emotions he was holding in post-game. We saw those emotions on the court after the ejection of Draymond Green. Of course, Curry visibly just shaking his head, emotional in certain stages, and you had Steve Kerr walking over to him, rubbing his back, basically giving him the "it'll be okay, my man" type of affection. So when you look at this situation with Steph Curry, and really more so with Draymond Green, and seeing how Curry was emotional last night, what do you make of that with this Golden State Warriors team, especially with Draymond Green?
Steph Curry's fed up. He's tired. He's been carrying this team, as Steve Kerr said last week, for a long time. And it seems as if, especially with this recent Draymond outburst, that winning isn't necessarily the most important thing to Draymond Green. The most important thing for Draymond Green last night was getting his jollies off, or getting his complaints off to that referee. It was more important than winning. It was more important than the game. It was evidenced by the fact that he wouldn't stop, even though he had received the first technical. And if you're Steph Curry at his age and his legacy on the line, you're looking at this and saying, hey, bro, I want to be in the play-in. Actually, I want to be in the playoffs, and I need you to be locked all the way in. What is it worth you to get a technical, 2 technicals in a game of this much importance, with the Rockets breathing down our necks? Draymond Green, his priorities are just all in a mix-up. It was evidenced last night, and Steph Curry knows that he needs him. This team so far this year, 7 games over 500 with Draymond Green in the lineup, 3 games under 500 without Draymond Green in the lineup. If you're Steph Curry, you have to say, what are my teammates' actual priorities?
Right.
Draymond Green gets kicked out of the game. What does he do? Goes home, does a podcast.
And that,
I don't know. I would not feel too confident. And Draymond Green's already paid out. He's already cashed out for the next 2.5, 3 seasons. So if you're Steph Curry, you're just like, man, does this guy actually care the way I care about prolonging my career at a high level?
No, I'll answer that question for you and Curry. He doesn't care. Clearly, he does not care, because how many times are we going to go through this situation, if I'm a member of this Golden State Warriors team, like a Steph Curry, where you continuously not control your emotions? He said after the game, Draymond Green, with that podcast, saying that, we shouldn't have this be the exception. It shouldn't be the example of me doing this. Well, if you know that you're wrong in doing it, then just stop doing it. You're a grown-ass man. You understand what you have to do to help your team win. Even Steph Curry said post-game that the Warriors needed him on that court. Draymond knew that they needed him on that court. Jonathan Kuminga was not available in that game. So why do you continuously, after you get yourself kicked out of these games, or you have these situations where you're making these unnatural basketball plays and you're elbowing somebody in the face or hitting somebody in a special part of their body, that you're getting kicked out, and now you're saying, okay, well, I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't have done that. Don't do it. It's that simple. Control yourself. Have some type of restraint from yourself and self-will not to put yourself in those positions where now your team doesn't have you on the court. And what does Steph Curry have to do? He has to put on his superhero cape and be Steph Curry again when he's clearly tired. He is clearly exhausted of being that guy. We've seen that throughout the season for this Warriors group. Steve Kerr even said that with the situation against the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota, of why he didn't put Curry back into the game in the last 5 minutes, because he's trying to save his superstar. He's been carrying this franchise for the past 15 years. He's 36 years old. 36. How much more does he have to continue to carry with Golden State? Well, he has to continue doing it because Draymond Green doesn't understand what his real purpose is on this team, and that's to be on the court. I'm tired of it, man. I really am.